and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Points with Preferred Health Magazine. Today I got a chance to speak to Real Housewife of New Jersey, Melissa Gorga, has graced our fall issue to speak about her entrepreneurial ventures with Let's Sprinkle by MG and MD by MG. Today I had the pleasure of speaking with Melissa about her career, her family life, and how she balances it all. So let's welcome her to the show, Melissa Gorga. Thank you for coming on Talking. Happy birthday to Antonia. I hope you guys had a great party.
Thank you. We did. We did. She had like everyone here in my backyard and it was a crazy day. And then I woke up this morning to half of them still here, of course, like sleeping all over the place.
That's
So
so fun.
so it's been a morning. But I guess your daughter only turns 21, right? So
Yeah, you know what? That's a big age, right? How does it feel? My daughter's turning 20 in April. And so what is it like? It's it's kind
You
of
know what it
surreal.
is? You know what I was thinking? I was giggling because I'm like, next year she's actually able to like go and sit at dinner and have a glass of wine with me if she wanted to,
I know. So
which
good.
is crazy and weird to me, you know?
Jump into it. I want to talk about, Let's Sprinkle by MG and how you're balancing, entrepreneurship with family, the show, and all this. I'm sure it's just like a whirlwind sometimes. So,
Yes, always.
all right.
Yes.
I want to just ask you. So, the sprinkle cookie. First of all, I got the package in the mail. So delicious. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But the sprinkle cookie moment from Real Housewives of New Jersey season 3 with Teresa became iconic. What inspired you to transform that moment into this Let's Sprinkle by MG brand launch, which you just launched in December of 2024? And how did you kind of know that this was the time was right to go ahead with this kind of venture?
Well, you know what? That scene from the show was a very authentic scene because I truly love sprinkle cookies and I always, I have like this iconic love, I would say, for a sprinkle cookie and it's always my first choice and I was pregnant at the time when I brought sprinkle cookies to the house and they got thrown in the garbage. And I was very insulted.
Totally.
And I just think that it's always nice to take like when someone throws you a dig and turn it into something that's, that ended up being such a hit and so profitable. So it's kind of like I get the last laugh with that whole situation.
100%, 100%. We're loving them. Everyone's loving them. The company's doing great from what I've been told.
Yes, it is. It's been such a blessing. And honestly, like I knew the fans were going to go crazy over this and be excited over it. But I think when I actually brought them not just a gimmick, an actual great high-end Italian almond like butter cookie,
So good.
I think that when everyone opens the box and they can kind of smell the Italian bakery inside, is basically when everyone was like, wow. And it really took off because they were like, wait a second, this isn't just funny. They're actually delicious and they're great. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Now we heard that you spent nearly 2 years finding the right baker. Is that right? To make this?
No, it wasn't 2 years.
Okay.
It was a couple of years that I was thinking about doing the company,
Okay.
and I just wasn't sure because I was filming a lot. I'm always stretched thin. I have a lot on. Everyone, I have 3 kids at home. I'm very hands on, and
Uh,
so when we took a break from the show, I just was like, you know what? Now's my time, and so I went for it because I'm always so crazy, and it gave me a little extra time, so
well,
I
where
went
did you
for
get
it.
the recipe from? Like, what is this like something in your family kind of based off of that? Or did you try to find somebody whose cookie you personally liked? How did that work?
Yeah, so it's I knew exactly what I wanted, and I worked with a baker, and we did it a couple times until he got it right, and it was perfect.
Oh, it's so good, by the way. Like I said, I mean, the cookie, when I got it, and I'm going to be making a little video about me opening that, but it was just like you imagine, like just the best cookie could possibly be, because there's so many bakeries out there making a sprinkle cookie of some kind, right? Just like you said, like you used to like them when you were younger, also. So everybody has a sprinkle cookie, but sometimes it's like either really messy when you're eating the sprinkle cookie, or there's just way too many sprinkles on top of the cookie. And don't get me wrong, all well and good, but when I bit into yours, I felt like it just came out of the freaking oven. I was like, it
Oh my God,
was
I love that.
so
Thank you.
good. It was soft. It was like just the right consistency of ratio of sprinkle, and I can taste the almond taste, which I am such a big fan of. I love almond cookies, but it was just so delicious. And
Thank
then
you.
I
Thank
then
you.
they gave me the sprinkle coffee cake, and I almost fell off the seat. I definitely gained like a couple of pounds eating your cookies and your crumb cake for
Yes.
next week.
The coffee cake is so good. And the problem with the coffee cake is I leave it here on my counter all the time because it's so pretty in like a clear cake,
Yes.
with the cover. And so we just take a slice, the whole family, like in the morning, at night. It's good when you need something sweet and you just want a little sliver of something. Like we just constantly slice at it all day long.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
best.
me and my family did the same thing. Now let's talk about this sprinkle coffee cake because that came out this year, earlier this year. The company, supposedly the revenue in just 3 months was like 500,000 already in sales.
Yes, crazy,
That's so
crazy.
blessed. God bless you. That was great. What prompted the expansion into coffee cakes? Is that something just you enjoyed and figured let's try our type, or like how did that come about?
Because we just want to keep creating more products, and that was the next best thing. And we have some more coming out for the holidays that I'm
Oh,
going to announce very soon. I'm very excited about.
okay, great, great.
Yeah.
Now, your fans from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they've rallied behind this Sprinkle by MG, Let's Sprinkle by MG. Some even, waving Team Sprinkle signs at your events. How has the show's audience fueled the brand's success? And what is it like to see your fans really embrace this business? You have the envy, you have other things, but this business in particular.
With this business, I feel like, listen, Envy's been a decade and they have been supporting. I like literally watched me build Envy from the ground up. So it was a little different because they saw me as a young housewife with young children and a young mom with want like having these dreams to build this boutique, and now I have two of them. I just opened my second store in New York this
Congratulations.
past
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
So that was something that they watched me build, on the show, and watch me go through the ups and downs with my family of trying to become someone who's actually working outside of the house. With
Right.
Sprinkle, it's different because I didn't launch this on the show. The Real Housewives of New Jersey has never seen the Sprinkle cookie. And the success of it for never even being on the TV show is that's the crazy part of it all. That was the shocking part of it all.
Well, let's talk about that. So you've juggled Sprinkle right now. You're juggling Sprinkle by MJ. Let's Sprinkle Envy Boutiques. You have one in New Jersey, one in Long Island. Your role as a mom to Antonio, Gino, Joey. How do you manage the demands of being an entrepreneur? And I'm sure many people listening are going to want to hear this specifically. We're all going kind of through it as women, right? We're moms, we're workers, but how do you balance and how do you prioritize family? What strategies maybe help you maintain that balance?
Oh, I'll be honest, out of everything I do, the schedule is the hardest part. It's so hard for me, and it's something that is very important in my life is the schedule because I need to make time for everyone, everything, and all my businesses, including like my children. And the dinners with my children are important to me. So when I am scheduling work events, I always make sure there's a couple days during the week where I'm home with my kids. I would never do back to back nights. I just won't do it. I make sure that they see us home and having dinner with them, and there's weeks that are worse than others, where there's a lot more work events than others, or, depending on the holiday, the sprinkle company has all my attention, or, so it's hard and it's all about balance. And I will be honest, I am, that is the hardest part. And I'm big on my schedule and I'm big on balance. I also have friends that I love and an extended family, my sisters, my mother, everybody wants to see me and have dinner. And so this schedule is important. It is something that I rely on and I live by my schedule and I check it twice. And obviously I have someone who helps me do that. And I am constantly on there making sure, like, am I home with the kids this night? Am I home with the kids that night? Like, knowing I'm working, and it's definitely a game of figuring out balance with that. And I will say I sing the song in my head sometimes from Finding Nemo, where I'm like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I truly do. And I tell myself, you get through day by day, because sometimes I'll look at the calendar and I'm like, wow, how am I going to get all this done? How am I have to schedule hair, I have to schedule makeup, I have to go to the kids, football barbecue. I have to like, and so if I look at the week ahead on a Monday, sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, okay, here we go. And I just keep swimming, I guess. That's what I
That's
do.
great. I love that you said that. But it's true, right? As moms, we feel even just the obligation to be there for our children. We put our kids first and foremost, and our family first and foremost. And I wanted to ask you because I even have this issue of delegating. Do you find it hard to delegate your work out more? I mean, you obviously are your brand too. So how do you feel about delegating? And I mean, is Joe like a big part of it and he's helping you out there? How's that going?
Joe works a lot. He is that guy. He's always been that guy. He leaves the house 6 in the morning. He doesn't usually get home till 6 at night. So when it comes, listen, he's great with the kids on the weekends and he never misses a game. But he's also a guy who works long hours. So I don't have the husband at home that's like, you know, doing the dishes and helping out with a lot of that kind of stuff, because he's really at work also all day long. So I would definitely say I'm more of a juggler than Joe is. He's kind of consistent with his work schedule, and he'll be home for dinners with the kids and their games he never misses. And, but we found our groove as a couple. And like, I know when he can't miss a beat, and he knows when I can't miss a beat. And it's
Okay.
just, we work together.
That's great. That's great. That's perfect balance. It sounds like you got it. You got a plan. You guys figured it out somehow.
Yep, exactly.
Well, what about, you mentioned your family, they love sprinkle, they love the late night treat. Have they also influenced your brand in any way?
My kids, you're saying?
Yeah, your kids, your husband.
Yeah, I feel like they give their opinion on it, like when I came out with the cookies, or if they thought they needed more sprinkles. And I will say, because I launched this over the holidays, they saw a lot of it, and we were watching the computer and the numbers and the how it went viral on TikTok. And it was fun for them to be like, wow, like my mother created this brand that kind of took off, because obviously they're fans of TikTok and they follow influencers and all of this. And to kind of see their mother be able to pull that off right before their eyes, and the giggling we had at home with like just the sales, and like, wow, we can't believe how people are taking to this, was kind of fun to do as a family and watch happen, because I feel like they see it out there, and they were like, wow, this just happened in our house you
You know,
know
I love that you mentioned that too, because, as a parent, in all things, it's really about being the influence to the children, right? They see you doing what you want to do, reaching those goals, and that helps in turn influence them to go ahead and reach their goals. Do you feel the same way about that?
Yes, I'm huge with that. I always talk to them about that. That is the key in our household, is constantly talk about the future and what would you do with this and what are you going to do with it. And Antonia, what can maybe we come out with something for you that's just your piece of sprinkle. I'm
Oh,
always
that'd be great.
always talking to them about what's next and what do they want to be, and work hard. I mean, if they have the two hardest working people in their lives, I mean, that's between Joe and I, we really put the time in, so they know what hard work looks like for sure.
All right, great. And what's
And
the future for, what's your long-term, I guess, vision for the brand? And are you considering other partnerships, new markets, other collaborations?
yes, we do want to just keep growing. We're going to keep coming out with new products, possibly get into stores. We're going to see if we want to do this yet. But yeah, we're always going to keep working with Sprinkle to make it bigger and bigger.
Okay. And I know you said something earlier that you have maybe something coming out for Christmas, which is coming shortly.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be some new products in time for Christmas. I can't say now, but there'll be
Okay.
some new products coming out for Christmas as well.
Okay. We'll be looking forward to that. As far as Real Housewives of New Jersey goes, I'm hearing that season 15 is a go.
I have no idea. We have no answers on that at all. Andy's, you know, everyone's been very quiet about what's happening. The
Okay.
last we heard, he said something on Watch What Happens Live where he said we're close. So it was good to hear him say that.
Yes. Mhm.
But that's all I got as of right now as far as the show goes.
Okay. And what advice would you give to moms or women in general who are thinking about starting their own business? I mean, it's not an easy task, right? But there are a lot of people our age who are pivoting now into a new career or just, wanting to start a business of their own, maybe something like baking, maybe something like cooking a meal. What advice could you give new entrepreneurs?
You know what? I'm going to tell them stop hesitating because I hesitate a lot too. And um, just go for it. Go for it and put the least amount of money and then the least amount of investment you can. Start very small. Start small and gradually build it. Don't try to jump into something that you're have a big lease or something that's big over your like overhead and employees. Like start small, and social media right now is everything. Push it on social, see if people cling to it, see if people like it. Instagram has so many ways now to get you into their algorithm, whether you're a celebrity or not. So I just say don't hesitate. The longer you wait, the longer you're procrastinating. Go ahead and try it in baby steps. Whatever the most minimal step you can take is, start there and just build off of that.
That's wonderful. And what is your feeling now, having this success and in this business, along with Envy now with the new store? What is your overall feeling that this has been accomplished?
I just feel good. I feel good that I was able to raise a family, be hands on, and still be able to be a woman in business and be able to stand on my own, make my own money. I feel like in this day and age, that's huge.
It
As
is.
much as I have an amazing husband that can provide for me, it's great to be able to show my daughter that I can also survive on my own. And I think that's the key. Um, that's the key in 2025 is to for everyone to know that they have their independence and you don't need anyone or anything. So I feel like that's the best part of this all. It's not so much about the money, it's about the independence and it's about showing my daughter how important it is to be independent.
100%. Thank you so much for saying that. And just on the cookies alone, are you bringing them to family functions?
Oh gosh, every single one. There hasn't been a function yet where they don't get a cake or a coffee cake or a sprinkle cookie,
And nobody gives you lip about it, I'm sure
And
anymore.
they love it. They're all like, we would never throw these in the garbage.
Well, thank you for coming on to speak with me today. I can't.
Thank you. I'm excited and I can't wait to see it also. I know
Remember to hit that subscribe button right now to enjoy more interviews from Talking Point